Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 5 of Crusader Kings 2 as the Duke of Burgundy. We managed to take another little bit of land up here. We've got things going on, special character actions possible. As your heir is soon of age, you can choose to formally introduce him to your vassals. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. You have invited your vassals to partake in the formal introduction of your heir Theodric. He will have to exchange many pleasantries and act in a very formal way, something that might be tiresome for someone as young as him. However, you have full confidence that he will not disappoint you. Gain 5 prestige. They also want to go and make sure he has a martial focus. Are you not the one that we were voting for? You're not my heir. Nibelung is technically the successor, but the kid's my heir. That's fine. Righteous imprisonment of you. Don't really want you imprisoned. Can't imprison anybody else. Weak claim can be pressed, which is the claim for Lombardy, which we don't want to do. I guess we can't create a kingdom yet either. What do we need in order to do that? Create a new kingdom. We need to be an independent ruler and have a realm size of at least 35 or hold 3 duchy titles and have 300 gold. Technically, we could get the 300 gold because we could borrow the money from the Jews. The realm size of 35, we're currently only at 30, so we need to be a little bit larger than that. And, yeah, we need to be independent as well, which is the biggest hold-up on that particular plan. Bishop Ganabord of Abbey de Mortimer has renowned, godly, and learned... Is a renowned, godly, and learned vassal of yours. After having introduced himself to Theodric, Ganabord approaches you with an offer. Ganabord is willing to spend some time teaching Theodric some of the more intricate parts of the Bible in exchange for your favour. So he'd gain 1 learning and we would gain 50 piety, but we'd owe him a favour. I don't mind doing that. Having a little bit of piety is always useful. As Theodric introduces himself to Bishop Amory of Beauvais, he not only presents himself with grace, but also manages to impress Amory by skillfully complimenting him. That's given some opinion modifier there for a while. It seems as if Theodric has started getting along incredibly well with the children of one of the visiting vassals. Indeed, apparently Theodric and Eleanor Stephanid are becoming fast friends. Are you betrothed yet? Why can't I find her? I mean, she's not available to wed. Probably doesn't technically exist. We do need to get you married, though, which is a thing. As Theodric introduces himself to Mayor Chilperic of Omen, he not only accidentally spills a beverage on Chilperic's shoes, but also manages to insult all of his ancestors. Oh, well, that's a shame. Let's just pause up there. We want you married off. So what can we get for you? We can get... How old are you? 12. Duchess of Bourbon? Sure, why not? Let's try that. Decided to accept. I mean, Bourbon is... You do have a lead, the Duchess of... You're down there, aren't you? While having a pleasant conversation, you are suddenly interrupted by an infernal ruckus. Upon further investigation, it seems as if Theodric has gotten into a fight with the child of one of the visiting vassals. You tear the 2 children apart, but it is obvious that Theodric and Asaleda Stephanid will not ever be friends after this encounter. So I think that's the sister of the one that he was actually friends with. I've invited people in my court to take part in a war game, which we will practice defending our land from invading enemies. We will use wooden models to represent our armies, and I shall have to use clever tactics to defeat my opponent. This will be fun. As we assigned tasks for the war game, we decided that Gultari will defend with me, while Stefan will be leading the invading forces. Mayor Robert of Courtenay is a renowned fighter and tactician. After having introduced himself to Theodric, Robert approaches you with an offer. Robert is willing to spend time teaching Theodric how to fight in exchange for a favour. Sure, let's go for that. At the beginning of the war game, the enemy quickly tries to advance up the hill in an area to get a strategic advantage. So bring all of our forces to contest the defensive grounds, or rush forwards with a light skirmish force before the force reaches the hill. take the defensive ground. The enemy ascends the hill quickly alongside our troops. As we reach the top of the hill, simultaneously our armies clash in an outright brawl. Gultari suggests we spread our tired troops evenly on the field. Spread out the heavy and light troops evenly along the line. Focus our heavy troops in the centre. Put all available troops on the left flank. I think we put the heavy troops in the centre. In the melee struggle, our side flank is the first to falter, as the tired troops leave a clear opportunity for our opponent to take advantage of. We are quickly overpowered, and our opponent stands the indecisible victor. Oh well, should have listened. Young Berta has finished her education in diplomacy. It turned out less than expected. She's a naive appeaser. Well, that's a bit poor. His vassal levies are slowly going down. Again, it's the same flipping event that we just had with the same outcome. And that one. Oh, well, at least it's giving him some extra prestige. The last of your vassals has left, and Theodoric looks relieved. He's obviously exhausted from all of the formalities, but having been introduced like this will hopefully serve him well in the future. So, +4 vassal opinion and some monthly prestige. Very, very good. What have we got here? We propose that this prince becomes the guardian of our son so he can be raised as a proper French Catholic. Am I teaching anyone myself? No, we're going to decline. I think what I want to do is teach my own children. Educate child. And Githian died. But yeah, we definitely want to be educating our own son there. So how are the opinions doing? I mean, you still hate me completely. I introduced Burchard to Arbetta hoping they could get along, but apparently Burchard was not interested in making the effort. Okay, that's fine. During a particularly heated argument in the council, Duke Vudo stepped in as you were about to make a fool of yourself. He was able to argue your point, not only saving you face, but also winning the argument for you. It's obvious that Vudo's smooth talking was the sole reason for your success, and definitely the fact that would likely paint you in a bad light. Okay, so he owes us a favour. So let's just have a quick look at the council, because we've not done this in a while. You are still a powerful vassal. You still absolutely hate me. Mainly because we attempted to murder our sibling, and you're a title claimant. Lots of reasons why you are going to dislike us. One of those things actually goes away. So that -25 will go away in actually less than half a year. But so will that increase council power. Once the raised levies goes away, things will actually improve. So I don't think we need to move anybody around there, to be honest. However, there probably are some people that we do need to suck up to. And that would certainly include Nibelung. We still need to get rid of him, actually. Can we not just throw him in the oubliette or something? Let's have a quick look here. We've got some plots. There's a fair few people here that actually want to kill me off. I'm not too happy about that at the moment. I'd actually like that to go away. So if you guys would care to stop back in this plot. A small spear throwing competition could be entertaining, and it's also a great way to enliven your battle technique. Maybe you should arrange a contest at your court. Sure, let's go ahead and do that. Tales of your misdeeds are told from Ireland to Carthay. I will not withdraw my support for Nibelung's plan to kill the Duke. Okay, so you don't like me. Okay, my half-sister's decided to get out of that. After dozens of spears have been held through the air, a sole victor emerges. No one managed to throw further than you. Gain 50 prestige. Nice. She's instantly trying to get back into this, even if we've just asked her to stop. Would you stop back in the plot? With 100 prestige. Yep, you're backing out of it now. You should stop back in the plot. We've already asked you once. Don't make me have to lock you up. It's troublesome peasants. Yep, says she's leaving again, but she still keeps coming back in. Okay, who can we arrest? So we can actually lock you up now. 53% chance that we'll be able to do that. You are a powerful vassal. You're pretty old, though. And like I said, I don't necessarily mind too much if we do get killed, because I think things will improve quite a bit. We do want to try and improve our relations with you, though. That might help things out. So let's just go ahead and get you improving diplomatic relations down there. The merchant again. Oh, well, good. We might get another eunuch here. Fadazu, who is an excellent steward. He's an architect. Minus 5,000% fertility. What a surprise. He's shrewd. Midas touched. Got some combat modifiers as well. Okay, we will accept him. Can we not make him a court eunuch? Honorary title? No, that option isn't there. There's sometimes, but... Got no wars to fight right now. I mean, we could try and fight for independence, but, I mean... Yeah, we haven't got 6,500 troops. In fact, we've barely got 1,500 troops. So that isn't going to happen anytime soon. We do have some money, though, so we should probably continue to build things up. We're already working on upgrading the castle town. That's almost done, actually. And then we could probably get a barracks, heavy infantry, and some pikemen. I need to unpause the game. That's why nothing's happening. So that's just finished. Could upgrade the stables. Castle fortifications will give us more fort level. I think the heavy infantry and pikemen will pay for itself. Unmarried heir. So you are the one we are voting for. So you're betrothed to the Countess of Boulogne. That is fine. So yeah, we want to go ahead and get that underway if we can. That has been accepted. That is fantastic. Yep, so we can still imprison you, but I don't think we want to right now. I mean, that plot is still going on. Really wish you'd stop backing it. Not bothered about this plot at all. Who are you? My niece. Ransom you off, I suppose. I could ransom you out, but you're always going to try and overthrow me, so I think we'll just leave you for a while, to be honest. What have we got here? I've seen how Burchard handles swords, and it is not a pretty sight. Half of the time he seems to forget which side is the sharp one. Should I laugh or should I cry at Burchard's incompetence with the sword? Now Burchard seems to think I could teach him all I know. I can only try. Opinion changes to 20 for 5 years. Okay, let's go for that then. Child Lats and Education Focus. This is our niece. We want to give you etiquette and probably want to marry you off as well. You're only 6, but we could marry you off to the King of Bavaria. Seems a little bit dirty, but decided to accept. When he's only 19, he's got to wait for this 6-year-old, so he's going to be 29 by the time she comes of age. But, you know, that's feudal times for you. Will you stop asking me to be your commander? I do not want to be your sodding commander. So, we need to find somebody else that we can go and attack, basically. After I told Charlotte it was time to head on home, she looked at me with a grin on her face and told me to race her home, leaving me to carry everything on my own. Racer, she may gain playful, or, yeah, that's fine. She seems to be grumpy, always playing without a care in the world. It will change. I need help with a delicate private matter I don't want the Chancellor to take care of. There are those who think me undiplomatic, and I fear they are right. And now I would really need to be diplomatic, or the woman blackmailing me might spread her lies with me being unable to do anything about it. So, my diplomatic friend, could you please help me? Or there's a 15% chance we will become stressed. But you're my friend. You're the spy master and my friend. You'll help me out. Because we're good buddies. We need to prove relations with... oh, now we become depressed. Why did he not help me? I thought I asked him to. So who's this? This is you my vassal. You are... you expect to be on the council as well. You are the Count of Auxerre. You have decent stewardship. Relatively decent marshal. Let's look at the council. 14 is the current marshal. So if we put you on here, you have 12. It's less, but you will be on the council. That will make you happy, and you're going to go and train troops in Dijon. So that pleases you quite a bit there. So we don't need to worry too much about doing anything to suck up to you now. Of course, the autosave closes the window because that's what it does. Let's look at that again. You're in prison, which is why you hate me. All of my other vassals like me. So it's only the one that's in prison that doesn't like me. And that's because I attempted to murder him, which is minus 200. Which won't go away until 831. And even then, you know, the title claimant... I mean, if we can get rid of the imprisoned, we can get rid of the... yeah, the imprisoned takes a long time to go away as well. So he's always going to hate us, so there isn't really an awful lot that we can do about that. Looks like there's a holy war going on. We'll try and keep out of it if we can. Our barracks has been built. That is good. Got some money again now. So we could get the fortifications. Let's go ahead and get the militia training ground. Excuse me. All these pop-ups behind pop-ups. Okay, let's get that done. As he's growing older, I can see that Theodoric could use some guidance. Must learn on his own. And here's my son. Let's try and make him ambitious again. So literally at the moment, just trying to build buildings to increase our tax income, but also increase our levy, in the hope that we'll be able to take some more land. We're probably going to need to start fabricating some claims, which I think is what we might want to do. Let's have a quick look at de jure duchies. So we own all of this de jure duchy and this one. We own Vexin and Amains, which is weird, because that's a different duchy, and it is owned by the king. He owns both of these ones. We could try and push out further and grab more of this. Grab some of the coast. Does split our territory up quite a bit, though. Might be more interested in trying to grab some of this land down here. Trying to grab some of Dauphiné. So let's go ahead and get our... Chancellor to fabricate claims on Lyon. Everyone on the council seems to be happy at the moment anyway. The raised vassals is wearing off. Decided to institute the absolute rule law. All that is needed to support yourself and many other loyal vassals. Absolute rule. Now, which one does that do? These are the old laws. What's absolute rule? So the crown laws of the Kingdom of Middle Francia apply in the Duchy of Burgundy. So investiture, papal investiture, controlled realm, inheritance... Status of women, revoked title, administration. Not entirely sure. Oh, we'll go ahead and approve it anyway. Just trying to remember what the absolute rule one does. It'd have probably still got approved without our help anyway, so we'll go ahead and do that. Looks like there's still some sort of epidemic going around. There's some measles in the north of Iberia there. But it seems to be that all that's around. There's that bridge event again. I am pleased to hear that after a period of peace and shrewd management, the county of Dijon is doing very well. People are happy and the tax collectors are reporting record intakes. Excellent. All the more reason to get a decent hospital up and running as soon as we can. Still got that weak claim for the Kingdom of Lombardy, which... you know, doesn't really help for us because we'd be claiming it for our courtier, which means we wouldn't gain it ourselves. Still a few revolts going on around the place. Domain is now too big. How did that suddenly happen? Did our wife just die or something? Did I just gain somewhere? No, I had that. I already had that. I already had both of those. How have I suddenly lost stewardship? Looks like stewardship just went down for some reason. That's weird. Well, we could give a little bit of land away to somebody. I own Nevers. I really should usurp this land away and give it to somebody else. Right, which one gives us the least stuff? Either of these two up here. Right, let's give this one away to somebody else. Who would we like to give it to? Let's give it to one of our sons. Let's give it to Theodoric. Grand landed title. Amens. There we go. Now we're no longer over our domain limit. It would be nice if we could... do you own anything else? You are just the Count of Charlenay. So we could potentially try and revoke that from you. Such a wonderful bouquet. Complex blend of flavours spreads over my tongue just as the warmth spreads in my belly. These monks certainly know how to make fine wine. I must visit the monastery more often. 50% chance of gaining one learning, 20% chance to become drunk. Or we can become temperate, which gives us better stewardship, better church opinion. And would you look at that? Now we can actually have a... oh, domain went up slightly and then went down again. Something strange is going on. That number's sort of fluctuating. And I'm not too sure why. I wonder if we can actually revoke that title as he's in prison. Revoking the title. This will lower his opinion of us by 60. Since he's a traitor, our vassals will not object. So we just take that straight off him. And we'll give it to one of our other sons, probably. Well, we don't have another son. Who could we give it to? Let's go and give it to Nibelung. So we will... Can't I grant you a landed title? Why not? You're not in my court. Wouldn't come. I'm willing to grant you land, but you won't come to my court. So now I'm slightly over my domain limit again. Don't want to give you any more because you've got too much. You're my marshal. And you quite like me. I mean, you do generally want to try and keep all of the land in your own duchy. So I think I will hold on to them for the time being. We are slightly over, which will give us a little bit of a penalty. But I think we'll just wait for a while and see if we can get out of it another way. Before giving it away, we'll just hang on to it. But that's a good place to end the video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Crusader Kings 2. Sorry the last videos have been a little bit uneventful. This is one of the things when you are playing a duke or any leader who has a liege, is that you can't always just go and declare war on everybody around you. And I'm trying to play this campaign a little bit more carefully than the previous one, because I'm trying to make sure that I don't just end up... you know, having to sort of quit after 15, 20 videos because I've made a complete and utter total mess of things. So I'm just trying to sort of take my time a little bit more. I do have a habit with these games of rushing through and taking risks for the sake of entertainment as opposed to actually trying to think carefully about what I'm doing. So trying to avoid that in this particular playthrough. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.